Hey, everyone. What's going on? Lauren Sisler here with AL.com, joined by Cole Cubelic of SEC Network and Three Man Front on WJOX. You can catch him from 10 to 2 p.m. during the week. And it is time for our second edition of the 2020 Auburn Head-to-Head.
Let's go now.
All right, Cole Cubelic, great to have you as always. Your insight always instrumental in these head-to-head prediction shows. Now, Auburn coming off a 29-13 win over Kentucky at home. You were at that game. You had all eyes on it. You were on the sidelines. I just want to get your first thoughts on this Auburn football team and the display that they put on against Kentucky in that home opener.
I think it's a great win, first and foremost, because I still believe Kentucky's a good football team. I think they're a physical football team. That's the reason I thought it was a bad matchup for Auburn, in that the O-line and the D-line were the strengths of that Kentucky football team. You kind of saw Kentucky control the game early on. I think they were 12-17 on third down in the first half. They outrushed Auburn. They outgained Auburn, but Auburn just proved they have more athletes, and they made plays. And big players and big teams make big plays in big spots, and that's really what Auburn did.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm with you there. And I just love to see the maturity of these players, especially Bo Nix. When you go from freshman year to sophomore year, you could just tell his poise, his demeanor, everything about him just looked like he had aged in a good way a year or two. And certainly, commanded that offense and did some really great things. And of course, defensively, much of the same, and just the development of what Kevin Steele has been able to do after losing, a plethora of guys and obviously talent on that side of the football. Now, going into this Georgia game, next up, Georgia 6:30 on ESPN. Georgia did open as a 7-point favorite in this matchup. That line, of course, could change throughout the week. But, Cole, I just want to get your thoughts. First and foremost, quarterback situation. JT Daniels now has his clearance. How does that factor in? Kirby Smart announced, I guess, on Monday during the press conference that Daniel would be cleared to play. And so that certainly poses another threat to this football team, to Auburn, and what they have to defend. Do you expect to see JT Daniels? And if so, what does that look like?
I think you prepare for JT Daniels the same way you would if Stetson Bennett was named the starter. I think their skill sets are similar. JT obviously is going to have a bigger, stronger, probably better, more accurate arm. But I think if it's Juan Mathis, then you're preparing for something totally different. Now you're worried about mobility, quarterback design runs, option plays, read plays. So I don't think it's really going to change the preparation as far as Kevin Steele's concerned too much. Maybe you go back and try to find some tendencies or routes that maybe he likes a little bit more than what Stetson Bennett would like. But I don't think the preparation changes a whole lot. I mean, this is Kevin Steele. You got multiple draft picks on this Auburn defense at linebacker and in the secondary. This is going to be different for him. And the fact that he wasn't really 100% going through camp and wasn't the number one guy going through the majority of the camp, be it when Jamie Newman was there, or after Jamie Newman left and then they figured out he might not be able to go and Juan Mathis started to get some of the number one reps. I'm not sure what we're going to get. I'm not sure what we're going to see.
Yeah, so that brings me to my last question. Biggest key to victory or biggest key matchup that you're looking at? And for me, I think the Georgia run game, the success in the run game, they really struggled against Arkansas last week, and Arkansas ranked last in the SEC against the run last season. And, the 2.9 yards per carry is just not going to cut it. And so I think that the Bulldogs, obviously, not being able to run the football, moving the football downfield, we don't know what the quarterback situations. There's so many variables over there. So, I'm looking at this Auburn football team and the defense, like you said, to be able to step up, to stop the run, to get pressure on the quarterback, and, to see what they can do. So from your standpoint, what is the matchup or, biggest key to victory that you're looking at?
Yeah, I think it's the other side of that. I think Auburn has to have some sort of balance. I think Auburn's got to find a way to move the ball on the ground. Now, you can get creative with how you do that, Lauren. It could be, a quick toss to Sean Shivers. It could kind of be using Anthony Schwartz on some jet sweeps or some orbit motion plays. It could be Bo Nix with his legs. It doesn't have to be turned and hand the ball off to DJ Williams or Tank Bigsby 45 times. I think Chad Morris can be creative with it, but they have to have some kind of balance, because Georgia brings multiple elite pass rushers. And it's not one guy. This is not where you can scheme and plan for one dude who can get to the quarterback. They got 3 or 4. They can all come off the edge and be problematic. With a young and experienced offensive line, the run game has to be a part of keeping them balanced and at least forcing them to defend it. That slows them down in the pass rush. So I don't think it needs to be 200, 300, 250 yards rushing, but Auburn's going to need a better performance than they had last week against Kentucky on the ground to find a way to knock off the Bulldogs.
All right, so final question. Well, actually, I got 2 more for you, but I'll start with a prediction. What is your prediction for this matchup?
I have a weird feeling about this game. I think and maybe it's because I was in Auburn and I'm talking to KJ Britt and I'm talking to Bo Nix and Big Cat Bryant, but I think there is a healthy confidence within this football team. And I think that Chad Morris's offense is going to give certain individuals a lot more options to be productive, opportunities to be productive. I'm going to take Auburn 14-10, a low-scoring game. I think both offenses are kind of forced to go conservative because of what they're a little bit wary of on defense and just flat out how good these defenses are. But I'll take the experience with Bo Nix, being on the same page with his receivers, some tricks in the bag for Chad Morris that haven't come out yet, and Auburn finds a way to knock off the Georgia Bulldogs.
Love it. I'm not too far off from you. A low-scoring game. I've got Auburn winning this one 17-14. I'm kind of like you. I feel like there is some confidence, some juice. You know, that kind of leads me to the very final question I have from you, Cole. You're in the stadium. You obviously get to experience what this sort of small percentage is, but you also got to experience the chicken fried bacon.
I got chicken fried bacon for both of you guys. Oh, wait, you're at the crib. I got that for you. Hold on.
Oh, this is cruel and unusual.
You're dead to me, Cole. Unbelievable.
That pretty much was all over the internet for all to see. We'll have to make sure we get that one on it. Let me tell you, my mouth was watering.
I got to go hit the Peloton right now because I had too much of that Friday. I had too much of that this weekend. See, I owe myself some extra workouts.
It's guaranteed that I die legend. Yeah, son, God, homie, I'm reverend. Preach, just protecting my investment. Ask about me, integrity's not a question.